These are the faces of a global Holocaust. AIDS is tightening its grip as it tears across the developing world. More than 40 million people infected worldwide. 5 million more infected every year. More than 8,000 killed every day. In just 2 decades, a disease once confined to small groups has grown into an international health catastrophe.
HIV/AIDS is the greatest disaster in human history. We've never seen anything like it.
The good news is this: science has provided some answers. We now know not only how to prevent infection, but also how to treat the disease with life-saving drugs called antiretrovirals, or ARVs.
They don't eradicate infections. They're not a cure, but they can stop the virus from replicating, and someone can live a normal life.
And the results speak for themselves.
It's dropping down to about 50 cents a day to save someone's life, someone who has AIDS. And I would say it costs a lot more to do nothing.
But for millions of people around the world, the promise of ARVs is out of reach. Africa. If AIDS has an epicenter, it is here, home to more than 2/3 of the world's cases. Yet for every 100 people who need to get ARVs, only 1 ever does. Across this continent, the desperate need for antiretrovirals is clear, particularly in the faces of the pandemic's most merciless legacy. Children, millions of them, orphaned by AIDS. Many left to struggle alone with disease and with an uncertain future.
It's not only the future of the children that is uncertain, it's also the future of the country.
HIV/AIDS is not just a health problem. It's bringing countries to their knees.
So the world has a role to play, and this is the time to do it.
It's a massive undertaking, one that takes leadership and unity. At the center of this effort, the Global Fund to Fight AIDS, Tuberculosis, and Malaria.
Global Fund is an independent private foundation, and it exists for one purpose: to raise large amounts of additional finance and to get that money to where it's needed on the front line of the fight against AIDS, TB, and malaria.
The Global Fund was set up in 2002 as a war chest against this trio of diseases, carving a swath of death and destruction through the developing world.
Our investments are driven by performance, and money follows results.
To date, the fund has approved billions of dollars in grants to well over 120 countries. Countries like Honduras, a land of contrasts, where stunning beauty clashes with extreme poverty. And the prevalence of HIV/AIDS is higher than anywhere else in Central America. But here at the Hospital Regional Atlantida, one of the country's poorest, hope can be found in people like Rosel Cáceres, just starting ARVs. In fact, in the first year since Global Fund money arrived in Honduras, the number of people receiving ARVs increased 5-fold. Even the tiniest victims of AIDS here are benefiting.
I give a lot of thanks, and may God bless them, because had it not been for this medicine, my daughter would have died.